profit zone. So the next step, logical step is to scale up your business. All right, to scale up your campaign means to scale up your business to get more leads and more profit. All right, so however, in Facebook, it's very tricky. You cannot, for example, now you're spending $100 a day, just for example. You cannot immediately say that, oh, I'm profitable. I want to increase my budget a lot. I want to increase it to $500 tomorrow. You can't do that, because your campaign will not be able to adapt to the new budget so quickly. So in Facebook, if you want to increase your budget, you have to increase it steadily. All right, increase it steadily, 20% each time will be very good. All right, so you increase it steadily, 20%. You increase your budget, and your leads will be more because you're spending more on Facebook. Your leads will be increasing, right? If you spend more, and then additional leads will mean additional revenue and profit as well. So how do you scale up your campaigns other than increasing your budget? You have to test out new interest audiences, because probably in your first campaign, you have already targeted certain audiences, right? People who like to buy handbags, people who like to buy iPhones. Then you have to test out other more, I would say, interesting audiences that may not directly relate to handbags. Okay, what, for example, what? So from your research, you have to remember the Facebook audience insights, right? You have to find out what they like. For example, the pet shop, the pet food. Remember, the ladies who like pet food also like chocolates, right? So some people may not relate pet food to chocolates, but if I know this from my research, and I want to sell more handbags, and I know that ladies like chocolates, can I target chocolates, people who follow certain kind of brands of chocolates? I can, right? I can target ladies who follow certain brands of chocolates and get them to buy my handbags. So you have to test out. That's what I mean by testing out new interest audiences. And you may not immediately link chocolates to handbags, right? So, but there is actually a link there because ladies like handbags and ladies like chocolates also. Okay, and then after that, you need to duplicate successful ad sets. Whichever ad sets that has been working before, you duplicate them, and then get them to run concurrently. And then just now, Mulikah also mentioned something about CPO. That means automatically increase or decrease your ad set budget based on performance using campaign budget optimization. So this basically just means that you can switch on CPO and then let Facebook decide which ad sets are the most effective ones, and then they will automatically put more money into the budget that is performing better. So this will be done by Facebook when you switch on campaign budget optimization. Okay, so these are some of the things to take note when you are starting to scale your campaigns. Okay, of course there's a lot more than this, but you can read up, go to Google and search for how to scale your campaigns in Facebook. There's a ton of resources and material. So, but these are the most important ones. Okay. All right. So we are almost nearing the end, but not quite the end, because we have to talk about how to turn leads into paying customers, right? Now it's all about getting leads. So, this part here, I will share with you what are the common techniques that people use to turn leads into paying customers. But before that, I just want to quickly show you what happens when all your campaigns are running smoothly. You know what happens? You know what's the most satisfaction a marketer get when you see that the campaign is running smoothly? It's almost like clockwork. It's almost like an engine that every day you wake up, you check your email, and the leads are coming in, and the leads are getting fed into a sales process, right? And then the sales process is turning the leads into customers. So once you see this engine running, it is a very satisfying process. All right. So I will share with you a bit more by what I mean. So I'm going to show you one of my email accounts. Stop share here. And then, so I'm going to share screen. Okay. So can you see one of my Yahoo Mail accounts here?
Yeah.
If you can see my Yahoo Mail account, can you type, maybe you type 2 this time, type 2 in the chat. Number 2. Can you see my Yahoo Mail? Or is it a bit too small? Okay, let me expand it out. Is it better now? So once you are doing this full time, if any one of you want to do this full time as a marketer or to generate leads for your own business, this is what's going to happen. You're going to see your inbox flush with leads. Just now, this is today, 12:14. Oops. Just hold on. Okay, so you can see here, 2 p.m. Can you see my screen? 2 p.m., 3 p.m. While I was presenting to you, the leads are still coming in, right? 4 p.m., 4:30, 4 p.m. All right. This is the new this one. Okay. So you have one new lead. Your lead ad has generated one new lead. Blah blah blah. Right. One new lead. One new lead. So I can scroll down. It will still be showing me leads and leads and leads, right? And this is for one particular account. Okay. All right. So you can see that it's working like an engine, like it's a system that is already running very smoothly, and it will just keep running. All right, as long as you have set up everything correctly up front. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my slides. Okay, so you have all these leads coming in. What are you going to do? Right, you must have a way to manage your leads, right? All right, so this is the next step, turning the leads into paying customers. So your leads are coming in the funnel, right? You see all these dollars and coins, they're all pouring into your funnel, right? So the leads are coming in. Now the first, I would say the next most important step is to convert them, right? So you have to have sales calls, follow up, conversion, and sales. All right. Otherwise, how are you going to turn your leads into sales, right? So converting leads into actual sales, right? This is the part where you're going to have a sales process. All right, a sales process, and where you're going to have phone calls, you have face-to-face appointments, you have webinars, your SMS, your WhatsApp, and emails. Now, okay, this part is going to be very interesting because I think most of us here in this class has actually gone through such a sales process, right? If I don't mind me asking, how many of you actually receive WhatsApp and emails from us prior to joining a webinar, and then after which you actually paid for a certain program? Actually all okay, so no need to type. Okay, so I know it's all all right, so you know that it's effective. Okay, you know that it is effective, and that's why we are teaching this same process to you, and that you can apply this to your own business, right? You can apply this to your own business as well, on how you can actually do follow up and then offer your product or service to the leads that has already been generated through the Facebook ad. Okay, so phone calls, face-to-face appointments, webinars, SMS, WhatsApp, and emails. And then that will lead to sales, right? So that seems a bit short. What are the details, right? So I'll give you some details. So basically, you started to engage your visitors from the Facebook ad, and then the Facebook ad has actually converted your visitors into leads. And then after that, the last step is to nurture your leads into customers. All right. Nurture means you will interact with your leads. How do you interact? Again, just now I mentioned phone calls, webinars, SMS, WhatsApp, or emails. That's how you can interact with your leads and then convert them into sales. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of a follow-up sales script. Okay, the sales script can be via SMS, it can be via phone, it can be via WhatsApp, or it can be via email. All right. So I'm going to share a bit about example of such a script. So for example, the lead has already come in, right? The lead has already come in, and you want to contact them, right? Of course. So you can do this via SMS or WhatsApp or phone or email, okay? So you can say, hi name, we have received your interest for our product or service. So you indicate the name there via our Facebook ad. So how many would you like to order? We have currently 5 left in our stock, right? Something like that, all right? You can tweak it, you can adjust it. Okay, then the person probably responded and yes, say I would like to order. And then you say, you can reply in this in WhatsApp or phone or email or SMS. Okay, great. There are 2 ways to make payment. Would you like to make payment via credit card or bank transfer? Right, that's a typical script, right? And then whichever response the person say, or the person says, I would like to pay by bank transfer, for example, or pay now or whatever. So you say, sure. You will find below the link, the account number to make payment. And once the transaction is completed, please take a photo or screenshot the receipt and forward to me, right? And then if you receive the payment, of course you're happy, right? And then the sales is made, you make a profit. But if no payment is made within 2 days, for example, you send a follow-up message. Hi, we have reserved our product or service for you. Let me know when you want it and we'll deliver it to you right away. Okay, that can be like a follow-up message if no payment is made within 2 days. So once response received, send the payment link or bank account again, and that's it. All right, and then hopefully this time round the person will make payment and then you receive your payment. Okay, and then you have 1 sale coming from this lead. All right, so this is a sample of a script that you can use, a sales script. All right, to follow up with your lead. And then there's another type of funnel, sales funnel, that we call it the webinar sales funnel. All right, so the webinar sales funnel is typically where you attract the leads to a webinar presentation where you can pitch about your products or services. I think you are very familiar with this, so you know how it works, right? Because you have also attended a webinar before, so you know that webinar presentations are actually very effective, and webinar sales funnels are actually one of the most popular sales funnel in the marketing space. Okay. All right. So the advantage of this funnel is that you can get to engage and interact directly with your target audience for an extended duration of time. Usually how long? Maybe 2 hours, maybe more, depending on how long is your presentation. Okay. So then you got more time to engage and interact with your target audience. All right, and that is where you can spend a lot of time to build trust and then build credibility with your potential customers and then get them to know more about your products or services. So, after you have built, this is one of the most important steps, right? Because you need your leads, most of them are strangers, right? Most of them are strangers. So you want them to basically know you, to trust you, and for you to build credibility with them, so that once they have they trust you, they will buy from you. Okay, so that's why a webinar sales funnel is great for building that trust, because they will know you at least for the 2 hours, and then they'll get to trust you as well. So you can get sales immediately at the end of your webinar presentation, right? So this is called a webinar sales funnel. All right, and a very popular funnel as well. All right, so you can be selling anything through this funnel. You can be selling handbags, I don't know, iPhones, electronic stuff. You can be selling food. You can be selling anything, all right, using webinar sales. All right, I've seen people sell supplements using this funnel, selling, what else do you have? Mooncakes, okay. Food stuff, all right. So all kinds of stuff that can be sold using this funnel. Okay. So that is the sales funnel, how to convert leads into sales. And so what happens when you have so many leads? Eventually it may happen, right? When you have so many leads coming into your funnel, that you have more leads than you can handle. What's going to happen? All right, are you going to SMS every one of them, WhatsApp every one of them, email every one of them, call every one of them? It's going to get pretty challenging, right? Let's imagine you have 100 leads coming in per day. It can happen, right? You can even have 200-300 leads a day, right? It can also happen. And so you cannot be just using that method, the manual method, to follow up your leads. You need a more automated process. So this is where this can come in. We call it lead nurturing and follow up process automation, where you can actually automate this follow up process, so that you don't have to be like every day sitting at your office and sending WhatsApp messages and sending emails, right? So you can actually automate this process and automatically. Would that be something interesting? If it's something interesting, could you type 1? And you want to learn how to automate, how to follow up with your leads automatically. Can you type 1? Okay. All right, good. So I'm going to share how to follow up automatically. There's one question. How to, what is the best way for client to make payment? Okay, we have clients who make payment through PayPal, credit card, Stripe, bank transfer, Pay Now, PayLah. Okay, all forms. So it depends. All right, there's no perfect or there's no one way. There's multiple ways. Okay. It depends on what the client prefer. If the client wants to pay you by cash, also can. Right? Doesn't mean that it must be one way or another. Okay, and so I'm going to show you now how to automate the follow-up process. Okay. All right, now it's time to automate your leads follow-up processes. You have to use a software, a system. We call it a customer relationship management system, or CRMS, that will be hooked up to your marketing campaign. And then basically the system will set up an automated email follow-up process, and then the emails will be sent out automatically. Okay. Okay, don't get shocked by this image. So it's basically the software. The system will actually track the leads coming in. Later on, I will log into the system and I'll give you a walkthrough, 5 minutes walkthrough. And then basically the leads will be funneled into the flowchart. It looks like a flowchart, right? And then they will be receiving emails, automated emails that has been programmed, right? Depending on which flow they flow into. Okay. So maybe I will stop share here, and then I will go into the software. So let me go inside the system. Okay. This is the, okay, this is the one that I'm using. Doesn't mean you have to use this, right? This is one of the many CRM. You can see here CRM, right? CRM, sales and marketing tool. Okay, you can see that. So this is one of the tools that we can use to help us to automate our marketing process and follow-up process, so that we can get more done with less work, so we can grow our business. So I'm going to log in. There are some questions coming in. I will answer the questions at the end. Okay. So I'm going to go into, you can see here the CRM, contacts, marketing, campaign, email, broadcast. This is the complete system. All right, so I can do a search. You can search by name, phone number. Okay. And then what happens is you will actually, everybody's, all the leads that you have ever generated, this is a database. All right, so all the leads you have ever generated is, can you hear me clearly? Okay, so right, so now you see here 33,000, it means there are 33,000 contacts in this particular database. Some says no name. Probably some didn't mention their name. So I just go to a random page. So you can The sum has actually never entered any. Okay, doesn't matter. So what's that?
Keep apps.
Oh, keep apps.
Infusion sum.
I'm going to do a new search. What's the 3,000? So I'm going to do a new search. And let's say people who have decided to join our class has been tagged previously. So you may see some of your names here. I will share the price later on. We are coming to the end already. So another few more minutes, and then we will. Okay, so for example, these are the people who have actually decided to sign up. So the name you can see, the phone number and email, right? So all this will be all captured, and so on and so on and so on. So this is the database. So if I were to click on their names, okay, some have opened the email, some have not, but you can see that these emails have been sent out, and this has been clicked, right? This has been clicked, and you can see that. How many of you actually received this email? I think most of you, or all of you. Okay. If you have received this email, can you help me to please type 1 also in the chat? Yeah, okay. I think most of you have, right? Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is what we call a CRM, okay? So how does it work? Okay, so I'm going to show you perhaps one particular one. Okay, you can see there are 30 contacts here, and they are all waiting to be funneled through this funnel, where they will be receiving emails. All these reminders are actually for an event. Okay, so this is another one of another project, another client. So then, so what happens is the leads are actually coming via a form from the Facebook ads. So this is the entry point. All right. So I can quickly show you how the form looks like. So there's a name, email, and mobile that's being captured, right? Being captured, and this information will actually come in from the Facebook ad. All right, the information will come in from the Facebook ad, and then it will flow through this process. All right, there'll be multiple tasks being done automatically. So for example, you actually send out a confirmation email here. All right, so there's some emails and information being sent out, right? With the email, of course, the subject and so on. And then there will be a series of emails that's being programmed, right? That 2 days before the date at 5 o'clock, this email will be sent out. Okay, this email will be sent out. And then after that, 1 day, 4 hours before, and so on. All right. So the content of the email, of course, is up to you. All right. The content of the email is up to you, depending on what you're selling. If you're selling handbags, then of course your emails will be about handbags, right? If you are selling iPhones, then your emails will be about iPhones. Okay, so it depends on what you're selling. So this is basically a system that you can, I'm stopping share here, that you can use, all right, to help you to automate some of the follow-up. Okay. So so the question, of course, is not free lah. Okay, this question is from Helen. Keep apps charge or free? Charge, please share the price. Okay, interesting. All right, it's not free. Okay, it's not free. So there are many such systems in the market. So I just introduce some of them to you. I'm arranging them from the cheaper ones, I would say low market. That means they don't require very expensive fees, like MailChimp. I think it's only $20 a month or something like that. Okay, these are the fairly cheap ones, but their features are of course not so many. All right, but they can store your leads. You can still send emails to them, but the automation part may not be so advanced. All right, so you have to explore each of them. So of course, this is not part of this course lah. So you have to explore. You can find out more, do some research into which CRM is MailChimp, GetResponse, Infusionsoft is the one I'm using. Entreport, HubSpot, Salesforce. Right, Salesforce. So the cheapest ones is at the top. The more expensive ones are at the bottom. Okay, so it's from the basic features to the more advanced features. Okay, so then you can find out which one is more suitable for you. Right, and then you can use it. Yeah, okay, you can use it to automate the follow-up. Okay, all right. So hopefully that answers the question about the CRM. And okay, got some questions coming in. Later we'll answer. So okay, we are almost at the end. All right, we're almost at the end of this class. So what is the final steps? So the course summary, we have actually covered a lot of information from this morning to now, one full day. So I hope we have actually given you a lot of information, maybe a bit too much. So, but the thing is not to worry, because this webinar will be recorded and it will be sent to you. And it will be sent to you. So then you can review the course notes and the webinar over and over again. Okay, whenever you have time to review, to revise. Okay, so decide what is the product or service. So again, this is just a course summary to a bit of recap. A bit of recap on what we covered since morning until now. So after this program, right, what you need to do is to go back and then decide what is the product or service you wish to promote. Okay, of course, right, you must have a product or service. And then determine your customer persona, and then determine your target audience. Okay, through the Facebook audience insights, right? Remember the research tool that we use this morning. And then prepare the copywriting for your Facebook ad. Remember the hook, the story, and the offer. Okay. And then prepare the marketing collaterals, the pictures, the videos required for your ad. All right. So just now, Mulikah shared quite a fair bit on this about using various free software. Canva, for example, canva.com. You can prepare pictures for your ad. And remember, your pictures must be free from copyright, right? And then choose your Facebook ad objective. And then you design and you launch your ad via your Facebook ad manager, all right, which we did step by step just now. Using the Facebook ad manager, you can design your ad and then launch your ad. Optimize your ad campaigns. So remember that you need to tweak your copywriting, tweak your videos, images, right? Tweak your targeting. And then once you have CPL smaller than your lead worth, okay, this is when you need to start to scale up your ad campaigns, because it means you are profitable, right? So you're profitable, then you need to spend more now, of course, right? Logical, right? You want to increase your revenue, you want to increase your profit. So you scale up your ad campaigns. And then you design and you set up your sales funnel. All right. Just now we mentioned about SMS, WhatsApp, email, webinar, whichever suits you. Or you may even have a sales team, right? Some of you may have a sales team to close the sales for you. So all you need to do is to pass them your leads. That's all. You generate the leads, and then you pass the leads to your sales team, and your sales team will be the one who close the sales for you. Right, and the follow-up processes to convert your leads into sales. So your follow-up processes must be in place. And if you have so many leads, more than you can handle, then of course you should consider to invest in automation CRM, a customer relationship management system, to help you to follow up with your leads, right? Okay, and just now, did someone ask about price? Oh yeah, you did. So just go to the particular website, for example, MailChimp.com, about Infusionsoft.com, and then they will put all their pricing there for the CRM. All right, so don't worry about the pricing. The pricing is always on their website. So just go to their website and then the pricing is there. Okay, so question and answers. Question and answers. So so we are going to answer some questions and answers now before we go into what is the final portion. Questions and answers. So if you have, how many of you would be willing to switch on your video and ask a question using your voice? We want to talk to you instead of using type. Okay, typing is a bit boring, right? So we will, maybe some of you, if you are keen to ask question, you can raise your hand. There's a button to raise hand, right?
Yes.
You can raise your hand and then I will unmute you and then you can actually ask your question. Is anybody raising hand?
No, the video is for 1 year also.
Nobody is raising hand. Okay, okay. So you all don't want me to unmute you. Anybody wants me to unmute you so that you can ask your question in the using your voice? If you have, you can type in the chat. Don't have. Okay, never mind. So it's okay. So yeah, the video is will be sent to you. You can keep it. All right. You can keep it. You can review it over and over. There is no time expiry lah. Don't worry. Okay. All right. There's.
The Zoom, how long will keep the Zoom?
Oh yeah. Or maybe only the Zoom. So I need to check how long Zoom will keep the video for us. But I think it's definitely at least 1 year lah. Let me go and check. Okay. Let me go and check how long Zoom will keep the video. But I think it's quite long. All right. Then anyway, after we download the Zoom video, and then we will see how we can pass it to you lah by next week. Okay, we'll pass it to you, and then we see as for how long I need to check with Zoom lah. Okay, let me check with Zoom first. Okay, and then after this class, to contact you if I have problems or inquiries, email. Okay, so the thing is this, this class is actually a bonus program that we add on to the mobile apps program. So we don't actually provide support. Okay, so but we will have another way. If you want to reach out to us, we will give you another way to reach out to us, which we will share after this. All right. So, but if you want to just do it on your own, you can just review this webinar, which we will send it to you. And then also the course notes lah. Okay. So let me scroll up and see whether there are any more questions. Helen also, if I want to offer free Facebook ad service to my customer, and upon successfully lead, I want my customer to pay me per close lead, what is the best effective way to track? Okay, Helen, this model, yes, some marketers actually use this model. So that means the marketers like yourself, maybe, you want to run Facebook ads, right, for your customer. And then you give the leads to your customer. So it has to be based on trust. I will let you know that in this case, your customer will have to inform you that they have actually closed a sale using your lead. And then they have to then inform you and then pass you a commission or something like that. All right. So because you're passing the lead over to your customer, right? Because usually your customer will not have a tracking system on. Right? Your customer may not be so advanced. So a lot of cases in this case, right, it has to be based on trust that your customer will actually inform you. So you have to do this only with trusted customers, I would say. Right? Customers that you know them and you trust them. Then you can provide leads with them, have a contract with them, and say that for leads that convert into sales, you have to inform me, and then you have to pass my commission back to me, right, for every sale. Ng Tin says, possible to advertise in other Facebook page. Maybe Mulikah want to answer this one. This one you can use my computer.
Okay. Possible to advertise in other Facebook page or related. So if you want to advertise on other Facebook page, right? You don't have to go through Facebook. You have to go to the persons who own the page to actually endorse your product or services. So in this case, it seems like an influencer. So you don't need Facebook ads management system, right, to actually do for you, because Facebook don't do that. Facebook at this moment don't target Facebook group, but they do target page, but it's depending on the audience size. Yeah, that's to answer a question.
Okay, Untin, hopefully that answers your question. I think that's about it. Okay, any more questions at the bottom? What happens if we still unable to retrieve the audience?
There is who?
True.
What you do, you can actually ask your relative to log into Facebook and then give them the audience the link that just now we shared with you, and then see whether they can actually retrieve or not, because we want to test whether it's your browser problem or your account problem. You ask your whoever that is close to you, and then ask them to log into Facebook, and then pass them the link whether they can go through the place the platform that we went through just now.
Okay, so question from Dor. Do we publish the ad in our FB business page?
Yes, you publish your ad in your Facebook page, Facebook business page.
Okay, and I think is it a good idea to advertise through FB ads for niche products? Well, yeah, definitely. What kind of niche products? But yeah, it definitely, because as long as there's enough audience, right? There's enough audience for your niche product, definitely you can advertise through FB ads. Right? And of course, provided your niche products the most important criteria is that your cost per lead must be less than your lead worth. Remember, just not the calculation we did. So as long as your cost per lead is less than your lead worth, definitely go for it. Go for it. Okay. All right. Seems like no more questions, so we'll just go on to the last portion. Oh, got one more question. Yeah, P&L is important, of course. Profit and loss. So don't overspend on your ads. Don't overspend on your leads. All right. Make sure what you spend comes back to you many times more. All right. If you spend $1, you should come back $2 or more. Okay. So basically that's the idea. Okay. So this is the last two slides. So I hope that we have actually add value to you guys today. So what we want, if possible, if you find that we have added value to you today for this bonus program, we will actually very appreciate your testimonials, which you can probably do it tomorrow or Sunday. Using your phone, you can actually shoot a video and then tell us whether this webinar program has actually benefited you. If you think it has, then we would really appreciate a nice testimonial from yourself. And in return, to compensate you for your time and effort, we will actually forward you another book. All right. This is called the Ultimate Marketing Plan. Another very good book. It contains another 10 to 20 factors, almost as good or even better than the cash advertising. But it's not the same. But this is about how to, can you see here at the bottom, targeting your audience, get out your message and all that. So so this is to compensate you for your time and effort. If you can send us a testimonial, we'll be very grateful. And then we will, to compensate you for your time and effort, we will also send you this book. Okay. So how do you, if you wish to give us a testimonial, you can just WhatsApp the number in the chat group. We're going to put the number there. This is actually Mulikah's number, so she will put her WhatsApp number. inside the chat. Just give us a few. Okay, this is the WhatsApp number inside the chat. Okay, so if you wish to send us a testimonial, just use your phone camera to shoot a short video, maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes at most, and then send it to the WhatsApp number, and then we will send you the ebook as well. Okay, we're down to the last slide. Okay, so some of you just now mentioned, do we offer any kind of mentoring or basically customized marketing funnel for you or your business? That means we will, you want us basically, right? You will love for us to help you craft out and launch your dream campaign, which means you get our 8 years of experience to help you to launch your campaign for you, to market your product or your service. Okay, so basically, we will be your mentor, and also we will do it together with you, your campaign. Now we will understand your business requirements, what product or service you are selling. We will do market research together with you, copywriting, design of ads and sales funnels as well, and make sure it is effective, and make sure your CPL is lower than your lead worth, right? That means you are in the profit zone, and that's where you can start to scale up your campaign. And then if this is something that you think is good, that you want to explore, then you can, you want to find out whether we are a good fit for each other, right? Whether we can help you and whether you are a good client for us as well. And then we can work together to scale up your business. Then all you need to do is to click the link below, and then we will have another separate Zoom session where we will find out if we are a good fit for each other, and then we can help you to launch and scale up your business as well. Okay, so this is optional, of course. It's not for everyone. It's only for those of you who think you want a team to help you to scale up your business, to help you launch your campaigns and so on. Okay, so there are some questions in this bit.ly link at the bottom. So if you click on that, which we will put it in the chat right now. If you think this is something that you want to explore, you can click on the link in the chat, and there will be some questions inside, and then you can answer those questions, and then we will come back to you with a Zoom session, a one-to-one Zoom session. And then we will see whether we are good fit for each other, and then see whether we can come up with a business planning is in the chat. My very last slide, there's no more slides already. Okay, by quite a bit, but I believe it's because we want to over deliver, right? And then I believe we have actually received a lot of value today as well. So hopefully we can have some testimonials as well from you if you think that we have delivered a lot of value. And those of you who want to consider customized marketing funnels for you, you can also click on the link in the chat. Click on the link in the chat, and then we can have another separate Zoom session where we can have a one-to-one session to decide whether we can help you to scale up your business. Okay, so if any last questions that anyone has, any last questions? No? Okay, so if no last questions, this Zoom webinar will be recorded, and we will need to do some editing on it, and then we will send it to everyone here probably next week. All right, so watch out for our email. We'll be sending it out to you. This webinar, this entire webinar from morning until now will be recorded and sent to you. Okay. Yes, welcome to Chu, right? Yeah, welcome. So thank you everybody. So we are signing off here. So Mulikah, want to say goodbye?
Yes, thank you for being here on your Saturday, your precious Saturday. And we trust that our information today's presentation has helped you define your clarity of how actually Facebook ads is run. And then now you have step by step how to launch your first ads, right? So we do need your testimonial, honest feedback testimonial, so then we can know how to improve our next launch webinar.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe.